everybody, my Instagram fans and everybody. I want to introduce this amazing person, Patrick. Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
From United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA regional office, and he's working as a communication consultant. So I'm really glad to meet him because I'm also working as a communication consultant for one of the project from UNFPA. So how's today, sir? How are
Today
you?
is amazing. It's just been a privilege to experience this musical sort of journey that you've taken us on.
Yeah.
The bells, the drums, the instruments, the vocals. One of the things that I try to do as a communications filmmaker is to try to use the sounds of the communities where we're working and the stories of the people that we're telling.
Okay.
And so much of the stories have been about the women of Sri Lanka and the women in the tea plantations, the women in rural areas, and the women dealing with different aspects of the crisis. So I felt like your music really took us on this emotional space. And you know, anyone who's a filmmaker or a creative person understands that you can get any music online nowadays, but if it doesn't have the heart and the connection, the authentic feeling, and also the connection to the instruments and the sounds, then it can ring hollow. And I feel like the UN especially has an obligation to support artists like you and you know, and support the preservation of culture, the continuation of culture.
And also today and last I think last few weeks and months, I closely work with UNFPA and I did many different projects. And I think this is kind of maybe, I feel like this is a summary of everything, like, because if you are putting music with our community activism, it would be great as well as a portion of this whole activism. So we can feel really well with music, arts and theatre and everything. So therefore I want to thank to UNFPA Sri Lanka for initiating these platforms and creating art-based tools to talk about social issues. And I think this is a beautiful way of talking about issues as well as music can heal many things. And I watch his face when I play all the music instrument. So he was like, he closed his eyes and he was healing himself.
I mean, so many times when I go on assignments, you know, what we do is we listen to some of the hardest stories. You know, the stories that we heard on this assignment were very, very difficult. Young girls who had 2 or 3 children working in the tea plantations, and then you have COVID, and then you have the economic crisis. And you know, Ayuni and I, or my colleagues, we traveled and we really listen actively to these women, and that, you know, holds a certain pain in your heart. And I feel like this, what you did today, you know, in a way helped me heal, and I hope, you know, as we use that in our storytelling, it can help other people heal as well, or help, you know, it's almost like a prayer for the women, inviting that healing.
So you feel like these music tracks you can use for different emotions, and totally. Did I do better job?
You did an amazing job, and you know, the mixture of the music with the faces and the stories, I think it really creates a potent mix. And what we try to do with all of our audiences is to, you know, especially someone like a donor, you know, they're sitting there in their office in Japan or in Australia, and, you know, this is an opportunity to not just tell them about the work we're doing, but to tell them about the amazing, talented people in Sri Lanka, and to tell them about the amazing, you know, rich and living culture that pervades every aspect of Sri Lanka. So I think that's, you know, you open my heart, and I hope the work that we do.
Thank you, and thank you for coming to me, and I want to especially thank to Ayuni and Sarah and everybody working at UNFPA Sri Lanka, as well as Patrick. You came here, and I think I did a good job. And we did a good job, and we produced a good production.
We'll take it forward.
And thank you, friends, and let's use art as a tool to heal someone, to make a comfortable, better place for other living beings. Thank you very much.